I just don't understand how many times this has to fail for them to learn their lesson. A recent job posting from WB Games suggests that they are gearing up to make another live service game using the DC IP, and we are seeing this concurrently with the failure of Multiverses, their live-action Warner Bros. Fighting game that utilized both WB and DC characters, and of course the failure of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. In today's video, we are going to be discussing this recent report of a live service game and what this could mean for the future of DC games. We're in a really weird and pretty terrible time for AAA games. If a AAA studio isn't releasing some bloated, overlong live service game, we get buggy and unplayable single-player games. And one of the biggest offenders of this is WB Games. And that's not to say I think they make exclusively bad decisions in bad games. What they've done with the Harry Potter IP in recent years has been very liked by fans of that franchise. The LEGO franchise they're behind has proven to be very successful. And of course we have the library of games by NetherRealm, the Mortal Kombat games, Injustice, very solid games. But it gets very depressing when you look at the vast library of IPs that Warner Bros. Has access to, especially when you look at the focus of this video with DC. Aside from the Batman Arkham series, they are not utilizing this IP to the fullest potential. And I talked about that a few weeks ago with the cancellation of a Wonder Woman game from Monolith, and the lack of making a DC game that isn't centered around Batman. Now, the two most recent examples are of course Gotham Knights by WB Games Montreal, who is working on this upcoming live service game, and of course Rocksteady's Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And before I get into my next point, I'm going to remind you to leave a like on this video if you're enjoying what we do here on this channel. And just a reminder, you can't take that like back after you've already given it, those are just the rules of YouTube. But I don't hate Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League or Gotham Knights that much. Don't get me wrong, Gotham Knights is flawed. When it came out, it was a technical mess, but as it stands now, I think it is an alright single-player action RPG. It's not groundbreaking, but I did really enjoy the story, and while many people were critical that it was too different from Arkham, I was glad that the combat experimented and tried something different. As for Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, I think the gameplay is a lot of fun and I really enjoy that story. I know the story did generate some controversy, but most of that was from out of context scenes from the game. But I do think the gameplay, while it did get repetitive after a while, was pretty enjoyable. The traversal, the way each of the characters controlled, and the combat was just a really fun experience. But if we are talking about the areas where these games fell apart, Gotham Knights, as I already addressed, released very buggy and unfinished, while Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was really let down by all of the live service elements. The gear system, the server issues, the bugs. It released in such a messy state. So there we have two examples of WB just completely wasting DC's potential on the gaming front. But let's transition over to talking about Multiverses, because it is really reliant on the DC WB live service element. When Multiverses first came out in 2022, it was a surprise hit. I remember having a lot of fun with the gameplay, and it did have its flaws, but I thought it was something interesting they could build upon. But then you're presented with the issue that comes with all of the live service elements. Characters being locked behind paywalls, the game being removed for over a year in order for them to switch engines completely, and that engine switch leading over to a lot of bugs, server issues, and just not feeling like the game that we played in beta. Similar to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, the game was dead within a year. And those are just examples from recent memory. There were other areas where WB Games really messed up in the last decade. The PC release of Arkham Knight, for example. The microtransactions attached to Middle-earth Shadow of War. Even Injustice 2 was a victim of loot boxes and microtransactions. They just continue to make the same mistakes over and over again. And now we have WB Games Montreal, a developer who was involved with two of their biggest recent failures with Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, being tasked to make another game that repeats the mistakes that they've made made time and time again. I know I've complained about the state of Marvel when it comes to making games recently, but you really have to give them credit with some of the games they've been able to put out. 2021's Guardians of the Galaxy, the Insomniac Spider-Man games, Marvel Rivals, even Marvel Midnight Suns. And they're not even slowing down. We have the upcoming release of Cosmic Invasion, Marvel 1943, the recently announced fighting game, the upcoming Insomniac Wolverine game, and while I am uncertain if we'll ever actually see these, EA and Motive's upcoming Iron Man game, and Arcane Studios' Blade game. But if we look at DC, they are in the best spot they've been in years with the release of Superman. This was the perfect time to start announcing some DC-specific games that will release in the next couple of years. And a really bad time for your fans to find out you are making yet another live service game. Everybody is just sick of them at this point. Make a good game first and introduce live service elements second. I think that's going to wrap up this topic right now. I hope I don't have to rant about DC or Marvel games anytime in the near future. I want to enjoy the things that they make. And when this game is officially announced, I hope it does look interesting. But right now, there's not a lot to look forward to. I'm going to wrap up this video by answering a mailbag question. If you have a question you want me to answer in a future video, drop it in the comments below with the hashtag mailbag. Today's question is related to the topic of the video and comes from WAF6 asking, do you play Marvel Rivals? If so, what are your favorite characters? Thank you so much for that question. Now, I played a lot of Marvel Rivals when it first released, but a couple days ago I decided to boot it up again and play as some of the characters who were recently released. Now, of course, when I jumped in, I got stomped because I haven't played in 8 months, but I do find myself gravitating towards characters like Hela for the most part. When I was playing the game a lot, I was playing a lot of Star-Lord, and when I was messing around in the training with some of the newer characters, specifically the Fantastic Four, I really enjoyed playing as Mr. Fantastic, and it made me reflect on the fact that I did really miss playing this game. I had a lot of fun with it when it came out. I just feel like when you stop playing a multiplayer game for a little bit of time, it becomes harder and harder to try and go back to. But I feel like making these videos and running this channel is going to motivate me to play the game a little bit more. Maybe I'll stream it here in the future. Let me know in the comments if you would enjoy something like that. I do really enjoy streaming from time to time and talking to you guys about my thoughts about whatever movie I just saw. That's typically when I do the streams, or if I do like a trailer reaction and we're all talking about it. I really enjoy that sense of community, so if in the future you would want me to do more streams where I play something like Marvel Rivals, do let me know about it. And maybe in the future I'll arrange some kind of community night where I'll invite you guys to join me. We'll see what happens, but you gotta let me know if you're interested in something like that. Thank you so much for your question, and a reminder, if you want me to answer your questions in a future video, you gotta drop that hashtag mailbag down in your comment. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want more content. And I will see you in the next video.